Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today we have with me my brother, who happens to be a title player. So we've added a title to his name. So welcome.
Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone.
And so today, what shall we be doing? Would you want to tell the chat?
Okay, yeah. So actually, today, as the stream title suggests, we'll just be talking about all the teams. Like we'll discuss about who are the favorites, dark horses, yes, team composition, and what we think. Although we're not experts, I think we've seen enough in the game to kind of at least give an outside action, kind of, if it means anything. So yeah, we are just going to talk about that. I think should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so first we will actually directly begin. Before that, let's just have a look at the chat. We have Aryan already in the chat waiting for Guruji. And Akshaj is also in the chat. Welcome Akshaj
Yep.
and Aryan. Both with A's, right? They are the first to be
Mhm.
in the chat. Okay.
See,
Let me
everyone
just
has to be joining quickly.
get that on the screen actually. Hold on. By the time I'm gonna make a small change. I'm going to shift the computer. It'll be easy for me to view. So hold on. In the meantime, you can just talk with the chat if
Yep.
if that works.
I think we have Anshika in the chat. Welcome, Anshika.
Ah, that's lovely.
So what we'll be talking about today is we just will be running through the teams, and we'll try and give you an insight as to how the teams have lined up as of now, and top teams. We'll have a look at the lists and stuff like that, and we shall try and prediction the right about the dark horses, and see some surprises. We'll just be discussing that. Let us know in the comments as
Yeah.
well as to what you think um, is going to happen. Which teams do you think are going to finish top three, maybe? Because the Olympiad is one massive chess festival. Each and everybody can get involved. If not following the top teams, they can probably be following their team. So that is the beauty of the Olympiad. Every single country is involved. So yeah. Nandini is just getting it sorted as to so that
Yeah.
you guys can
Just give
also
me a minute.
have.
Just give me a minute. Okay. You can talk to the chat. You can put forward your thoughts for now.
Yes, I hope all of you know the Indian teams at least. So we have three teams in the men's category. In the open section, we have three teams, and in the women's section, we have two teams as of now. So it's exciting. We have five teams in total. That's 25 players. So that will definitely be very exciting for us. Yeah, but I think video is not visible suddenly. Okay. I just was yeah. No, I thought like the stream must have ended or something if the power outrage at your place. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so we have five teams, very interesting, young. If I'm not wrong, I think I have been following the Olympiad over the last many years that I have been playing chess and following chess. It's very exciting this year because I think this has to be one of the youngest teams, you know, in terms of average age, if you take the cumulative age. Yes, Akshaj, I believe the same. I think, I mean, India has won a medal in the past, but on paper, I think we definitely would be favorites to win a medal. Obviously, we're not going to say gold, silver, but we do definitely stand a chance on paper. In the first glance, when you look at the teams, India are favorites to get a medal for sure. Yeah, Anshika has an interesting question here. She says, I see 189 teams in the open section on the chess results website. Will India have its fourth team now? I think maybe we shouldn't be ruling that out, right? Because I don't think we will be having an Olympiad with an odd numbers. So probably we the third team for that reason, and then there's another came in, so it's odd again. Maybe we could see a full team as well. That's a wonderful opportunity for us, right? Yeah, Bali Kartia, bro. Yes, I did have a haircut. Like if you see the thumbnail, I had very, very long hair. Yeah, maybe India will have a fourth team. I think that would be the most logical thing to do if we have 189 teams. It would be very disappointing. See, the Olympiad is not just about the top teams. It's also about the bottom teams who share the same stage with the greatest players. They're sharing the same tournament. They're being right there in the tournament. So, yeah, I think it is unfair to not give any team go there and get a bye. The entire point of the Olympiad is lost if get a bye. By the way, docs.
The third team usually is in because of the odd number, right? So did you
it must have been that.
Did you check out if the Indian third team is already
yes,
there?
It is. It's already there, and then it's an odd number after that. So probably they could have been. So the Indian team could have been announced, and then there could have been another team which confirmed its registration.
Yeah, because the Indian team would have been announced last minute, right? Because Indian team would have been the last team otherwise. So we don't really know actually, right? If there could be a fourth team.
And docs, I think Akshaj is saying that echo ho raha hai bahut. So I think
yeah. Your voice for some reason, I told you even earlier, right? I was hearing double. Do you have the stream or anything open there? Because I don't have it open here. It should not be.
I have it open, but I think it's on mute.
Yeah, for some, probably just I think my voice is not echoing, right? It's only yours. I'm not having anything open, so it should not be echoing. But I remember I asked you if you it happened earlier, right? Even before we started the stream. But it doesn't happen for each and every sentence. It just happens in between for some reason.
Okay, so let me know it's echoing now. So I just turned on the volume of my bus.
It is actually echoing.
It's still echoing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay, only my voice that is echoing. So probably I'll just get rid of this, right? Let's see if
or you can use only that as your microphone. Your earphones you can use as your microphone if you want. Can't hear you now actually. No, there's no voice coming in.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you just speak? No. Something's wrong with your voice. Your voice is not coming through. No. Yeah, I can't hear you. Do one thing. Just use your earphones as a mic as well as both. Just change the Zoom settings and put.
I did that. So is it better now? Maybe the quality may not be as good as the mic, but is it better?
I think the quality is also better. The mic settings of yours are probably not properly set.
Okay.
This is much more
it's better
clearer.
and it's not.
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll first begin in discussing just the players who are here. If you just look at the list of players, oh my God, you start with Magnus Carlsen, you have Fabi, you have Aronian, you have Wesley, so you have Anish, Giri. Just look at the top players in the world. Just look at the list. This happens only in the Olympiad, right? Where you'll find all the top players in the world just play for their country and all in one tournament.
I think the Olympiad should be, so we do have the Chess World Cup, and probably in the World Cup, you do find a lot of top players. But I think the Olympiad would at least feature the top 170 or 180 players out of the top 200 in the world,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think in that sense, I think the Olympiad is definitely a stronger tournament than the World Cup. It's just a bigger tournament. It's just a
It's
grand
bigger.
chess festival.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like everyone comes
So
together. And the number of participants is also huge. I don't think we need to even
yeah.
check that. Thousands of participants. It's like an open tournament, but much bigger.
So for the first time, I think I can clearly put my money on Magnus Carlsen. We won't be seeing Magnus Carlsen at number one. His starting rank is number one. I would be extremely shocked if we saw Norway finish, with the title. So I think that is one thing where I can clearly say that, okay, I don't see Norway finishing number one at all.
Yeah, I mean,
Although
if
they
you
have an extremely strong team.
Yeah, but if you look at just the flags and the countries over here, we see that US is one of the strongest, right? You see all the five players in the top 11 in the world, is it? I mean, in this list, I'm considering
Yeah.
top 11. We US seems to be the top seed. We have not yet gone there,
And
but
and I
and
think
India is very close though. We still have players.
And I think I just want to remind you that I think USA have not even fielded their strongest team yet. I mean, their strongest team, I think, would have been Hikaru in place of Sam Shanklin. So
Hikaru.
that would make the team even more stronger. So when we talk about the US team, I think I would go as far as this, saying that they are hot favorites to win the gold. At least on paper. We're talking on paper. When you have the top four players in the first seven of the tournament, and you don't win first, you probably would be disappointed. And when we talk about the top four in the first seven, we're talking about people like Caruana, Aronian, Wesley, and Dominguez Perez, who's an extremely strong player in his own right. And I just don't like in football, we have a lot of African origin players playing for France. Okay. And you have a lot of Turkish descendants and everything playing for Germany. So I just don't like the fact that, when we look at the US team, not one of these players started as an American under the American flag. Probably Sam Shanklin. I think Sam Shanklin is the only one. So when you talk about Fabiano Caruana, for those who don't know, Fabiano Caruana played for Italy, actually. He's Italian roots. When we talk about Levon Aronian, until very, very recently, about a couple of months ago, he was playing for the Armenian team, and he's a born and bred Armenian guy. Then Wesley is Philippines. His entire childhood, he represented Philippines. And then when we talk about Dominguez Perez, I think until very recently, Dominguez Perez was Cuba's number one player. So the four guys who are actually leading the American contingent are not primarily Native Americans in any way. Sam Shanklin is the only guy who has been American through and through.
Yeah, but that's how the world is right now, right? I mean, where you get better opportunities, you go there. I mean, you go for it. Because something similar, I'll tell you what happened earlier. I was going through the history, right? So at the starting years when the World War was going on, Argentina were anyway a very strong team, okay? And they had come 5th in one of the Olympiads. But after that, because of everything that was going on in Europe, Hitler and everything, people were unable to go back and they didn't want to go back, especially the Jews, okay? And not just from Germany, but I'm just saying all other countries too. So what the Argentina government did, they said, all right, we'll give you to stay here, but you'll have to play for us and you'll have to improve chess in our country. Not just play, but improve chess overall. So after that, Argentina had a very strong team in every Olympiad after that. Now that happened because of the war, but I mean, at the end, it's about opportunities, right? I mean, US, they grab everyone they get in chess or any other field.
Actually, that's also probably okay. So even when we're just talking about chess, and the people who shifted to play for the US is a complete different story. But in every other sport, they dominate the Olympics and everything because they have probably at least one of the best university systems
Oh, yes,
which support
definitely.
sport. So be it
Definitely.
tennis or be it swimming or be it anything, they have one of the best sporting cultures in terms of the university to the transition between a university player to a professional player, reaching the circuit. So yeah.
And I think their university level tournaments are basically like grandmaster tournaments. All of them are IMs and
Yeah.
GMs there. And yes,
So
as you
yeah.
mentioned about the university thing, they also get players at university level from other countries, and lots of Indians have gone there and studied, and they are even studying right now.
So exactly. So we have a lot of talent in our teams as well. So where we spoke about the US team, and the US team, I think if I'm not wrong, has an average rating of
We can
2771,
actually, we
2771.
can actually get there. Let me actually get there. The team starting rank. Here we are.
Yeah.
Should be visible on screen to everybody watching. So yes, 2771.
And then the second seed in the tournament with the only other team with an average rating of about 2700 is Azerbaijan. And Azerbaijan actually has an extremely strong team. I think they're missing out on, I'm not sure whether Naidish still plays for Azerbaijan,
We can
but
check.
if,
No.
no, I mean, he's not in this team for sure. So
Yeah,
I'm
not
not
in
sure if
this
he
team.
changed his nationality or he's just not available for the Olympiad, because Naidish is a player that they definitely will miss. But saying that, I think they have Shakhriyar, they have Timur, they have Rauf Mamedov, and these three guys are absolute beasts. So I think their top two is, and one thing that goes about this team, okay, the one thing that goes about, the one thing about the Azerbaijan team is they have this very dynamic players. Like
We can
when we talk about
actually,
Wesley So,
let me just click
when we
on
talk, yeah,
you. Which do you want to discuss them one by one, or which team shall I go to
I think we can
first?
we can start with Azerbaijan now since we've
All
already
right.
discussed about the USA. So when we talk about this team over here, we have Shakhriyar, extremely dynamic player. On his day, he can probably beat anybody in the world
Yeah.
and create an absolute mess on the board. Timur Rajabov, probably not that dynamic, but we know how strong he is. And if these two guys, when we talk about the Olympiad, it's just about scoring that 2.5 out of 4. So against the top team, like even if you're saying Azerbaijan playing US, if Shakhriyar playing like let's say a white pieces can defeat somebody and Rajabov somehow holds on to a draw, they're just looking at board number 3, 4 to draw the games, with one being with the white pieces. So that's what is fascinating about the Olympiad. It's the fact that the team dynamics come into the picture. Scoring 2.5. It no longer is just about one game. It's about 4 games connected into one result.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the true beauty of the Olympiad. And I remember, my first time I kind of was extremely fascinated with the Olympiad was there was a game, I think India versus, I'm not sure who, I think India versus Poland or something like that, where we were losing, then we were winning, then it was a draw, and we had to win the last game. Every result was changing the dynamic. And I think we had scored 1.5 out of 3, and we suddenly needed Sashikaran to win the game to win us the match point. And he managed to after like 120 moves or 110 moves or something. So that is what the Olympiad is all about. So it's wonderful, and actually we are lucky to have it in India. So by the way, for those of you all who do not know, I think the tickets are out for sale. Please go grab the tickets. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. We don't know when the we don't know when the next opportunity will come to witness an Olympiad in India.
Yeah, I mean, the first Olympiad officially was in 1927, and now it's less than 100 years, but it's almost 100 years, and now it's come to India. So
Yep.
we don't know when it's going to come back. And a lot of them are saying Raja is from India.
Yeah, I mean, if we had Anish, Giri, and Rajabov, with playing under the Indian flag, I think we would easily. Uh, I think even now we are favorites though.
Yeah.
So
Let's
let's actually go to the
talk about our team, right? India A. I
yes.
mean, the first Indian
In,
team. We have more than one team, so
now
we have a lot of teams
this
to discuss.
this Indian team, is phenomenal. It's a perfect blend of experience. So we have Vidit, Harikrishna, and Sashikaran who have played Olympiads earlier.
Yeah. I
And
think
Sashikaran was
Arjun and SL make their debut here.
yes. Arjun and SL make their debuts, and what strong players to make their debuts, extremely strong players. So when we talk about this team, I think Sashikaran probably don't just go by his rating. He has been an Indian number 2 for ages. As far as I remember, at least for a decade, probably he was India's number 2. So we are probably a little unfortunate that maybe Vishy is not playing for us, but he's our mentor to all the teams. So, it's probably, even if he's not going to be, obviously, if he was playing for one team, the entire focus goes on that team. Probably here he is going to be providing as a mentor to 3 different teams. So he's improving 3 different teams, at the same time. So that is phenomenal.
I would put it as 5 teams.
Oh yes, okay, okay. I mean, since we're talking about the men's category here,
Okay.
I was just talking about this. So the women's category is very interesting and very exciting for the Indian fans as well. We'll get there shortly.
We'll get there. We have a lot to discuss first in the open category.
Yeah.
So by the way, lately Vidit and Harikrishna have been keep on shifting from the second to third to second.
Yes.
Both of them have been moving around.
And I think I know one thing about Vidit, if I'm not wrong. When I see his Instagram bio, I think he does regularly have to change it.
And
so I think he does change
specific
it.
about it. I remember one of the interviews or one of the streams, somebody said India number 3. And very recently he became India number 2 at that point of time. And immediately corrected. India number 2, bhai. India
playing.
number 2.
Yes, I remember this. I think it was when Vidit did not play, but Hari actually reduced a few rating points in a live tournament, something like that. But okay, so both of them are in very good form, Vidit and Harikrishna, and they are going to be our anchors. On the top 2 boards, we expect them to, kind of hold on to any kind of storm that comes. It's like let's say the mother and father, they're going to take care of the remaining of the remainder of the team. And then comes...
You're talking about Vidit and Hari?
Yeah.
I would add even Sashi there because of his experience, right?
Yeah. Yes, but then, I think what's going to happen is that you can clearly see with Arjun Irigassi's style of play, the guy can beat anyone on his day.
That's right.
Anybody. If I ever bet on him losing to Magnus, or Magnus beating him, I would be very tensed, because I think it would be. I think he is extremely strong, and it's just a matter of time before he breaks into the 2700 club and probably
He's
even the world top 20.
Close. He was very, very close. I don't think he got the chance to break as yet, right? I don't think so. But he was very close. I think his rating here is 2689. Let me just check. His current rating is 2689. Okay, that's the latest rating that they've actually updated.
So I think Arjun Irigassi is going to be this, like the Rishabh Pant of the Indian cricket team. So it can be like, you can say Rohit Sharma and the Kohli, we have all these guys. Then we can say somebody like a Sashikaran is going to be our anchor, like a Pujara, solid, experienced. And then comes Arjun Irigassi. He's the Rishabh Pant. He's not going to care. He's going to create fireworks on the board.
Another thing to consider, I think Arjun is already in great form at the moment. Being a Rishabh Pant, he's already had great matches till now. And we have more fireworks to come in the Olympiad.
And I think SL Narayan is this all-round player. Like, if I have to compare him to in the Indian cricket team, I would say he is this Jadeja kind of player. He is solid, impactful, and I think he is great. SL Narayan, for those of you all who don't know, you can expect him to be extremely solid with the white pieces. Solid with the black pieces. And with white, he's going to definitely win some games, His strength is definitely going to be with the white pieces. He is, I think he recently played a match against David Navara in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Lost it from a completely winning situation. And, Navara is just a genius. So, but he did have a great match there. Okay. So, yeah.
Hi, Samar.
I think we can.
Welcome.
Oh, I think I hope we've not missed much in the chat. Akshat says, I think Arjun is underrated. Akshat, to be honest, I'm going to say this. I don't think Arjun is underrated. At the moment, see, there's always going to be that rise that's going to happen now. From 2600
right.
at any point of time, he's going to go to 2730. That's no doubt about. There's no doubt about that. But what happens is right now at 2690, he's going to become this extremely strong 2690. He's already 2690. He's going to become that extremely strong 2690 player or 2700 player who is consistently going to beat the 2500s or 2550s. He's almost there. And automatically that rise is going to happen. So it's just a matter of time.
I think it works at every level, right? Every level, you go up, you got to be stagnant. You go up, you got to be stagnant. You got to maintain that first, and then you go higher.
Talking about cricket, we have a captain pool in Team A. Okay, I think if you're talking about Captain Cool, are you talking about N. Srinath, who's the captain of the Indian team?
She's a big fan. She's a big fan of Srinath. So yes, let's just show it on the screen. So she's happy. We have Narayan Srinath here as the captain.
So for those of you all who are wondering, what exactly is the captain going to provide to the team, because most of the captains are not even going to be close in rating as compared to the top guy in the team. But the captain is going to play a very important, a very vital role, because it's very important to have an outside perspective, a non-playing captain, because when you're in the zone, when you're thinking about your game, it's very hard to concentrate on the other person's game as well, So the captain is there to kind of strategize as to which board are we trying to target and stuff like that. Chess of Fun says, I love when someone gives cricket analogies in chess because cricket is my first love. Okay. I don't think it's the most ideal place to say that cricket is your first love, but yes, we all Indians definitely love cricket. So I'm a huge cricket fan myself. Now, we spoke about the first Indian team, and now we come to Norway. Okay. Obviously, the star attraction of Norway is going to be Magnus. And apart from Magnus, we need to understand that there's a very talented player in Aryan Tari. Aryan Tari is that kind of player how we associate Arjun Erigaisi or Prag or someone like that. Aryan Tari is slightly older than them, but definitely up there, He is going to be somebody who is going to help Magnus, or he has to be helping Magnus there. And then we have Hammer Ludwig. So when we talk about Hammer, for those of y'all who don't know, Hammer has been a long time second for Magnus. And yeah, he doesn't play as much, but you never know, being around Magnus.
Hammer, I think, streams, right? Or he makes videos too. He streams too, I guess. I think I've seen him with the Bote sisters. I'm not wrong.
Yeah. I think yes, I have. They've covered Magnus playing in some tournaments together, actually.
Yeah.
So probably one of the coolest seconds, who goes and covers the game. The coolest chess player has to be Hikaru, who plays the candidates and analyzes his game in the night on stream. And Hammer Ludwig here goes and is the second of Magnus, and then goes and is streaming his game as well. Okay, so we have Ishan Gar Singh. Hammer is the coach of Alex and Andrea. Oh, okay, he's the coach of the Botas sisters. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I've seen him a lot with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I remembered now. She mentioned, Alex mentioned in her streams he's a coach, but I never took it seriously at that point of time.
Okay. So we do have this team. Okay, to be honest, I think Magnus inflates the average rating of the team drastically. Let's be
Yeah.
honest here.
It's like
But it's not a weak team.
it's almost a 200-point difference, but yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a weak team by any means. Obviously, with Carlsen in it, you never know how far the team can go because maybe even in the toughest of the situations, he can score the full point.
He can grind and he can just get something.
But it's still important. It's still important to get the remaining 1.5 points somewhere. So
yes. So we'll do one thing. We've had a look at Norway. We'll just have a look at the fifth team, that is Spain, and then we'll hop
and
on
now
to the others.
I'm going to say that I'm going to say that this Spain team, for me, are the dark horses of the tournament. They probably could finish 20th. They are a team that can finish 20th, and they are a team that can finish, first, second, third as well. And the simple reason for saying this is, apart from having a very strong lineup in Vallejo, Pons, Alexei Shirov, Anton Guyaro, one thing you need to know is that, so when we talk about this particular team, I think Iturrizaga was not a Spanish national. Recently, he has come to Spain. If I'm not wrong, he was Venezuelan or Colombian. I think he was Venezuela. So the last time I actually met him in Barcelona, he was playing under the Venezuela flag. Extremely dynamic player. You want to kind of watch his games, want to have fun, you can watch his games. In fact, you can pick any of the players here. So I think the Spanish strategy...
I was going to say there's going to be fire on board on all the boards.
Exactly. The Spanish team over here, right? And, if those of y'all who didn't understand the fire on board reference here by Nandini, Shirov's book, Fire on Board, with his collection of his best games, is titled The Fire on Board. So their team has Vallejo Pons, a consistent 2,700 player. And, there's a small story that I remember. There was this website called chesstube.com. Yeah. And there was a guy called there was this guy called, with the username Vallejo Pons. And he was pretty high rated under the Spanish flag. He sent me a challenge. So I started playing him and I was like, it can't be the real Vallejo Pons, So after about 7-8 games, the guy beat me 7-0, 8-0. And now I started thinking, wow, this guy has to be Vallejo Pons. Okay, he probably has to be the real Vallejo Pons. And eventually I ended up playing, I think, 21 games or something with him until I said, nah, I've had enough, So to my satisfaction at that point, I avoided being adopted by him on 2 occasions. So in the first set, I think I managed to score half point, and in the next set of 10 games, I managed to score 1 point. I lost the 21 game, I lost 19.5, 1.5. But yeah, he's so Vallejo Pons' role in this team.
Continue.
I think Vallejo Pons in this team is going to be the anchor of the team, going to try and hold the boards because Alexei Shirov is so experienced. The guy can create something out of absolutely nothing. So for those of you who don't know, the magician from Riga, that is Mikhail Tal, Alexei Shirov is actually originally from Latvia. Okay. So Alexei Shirov is actually Latvian and from the city of Riga as well, from where Mikhail Tal is. He has the same DNA in him. He has the same style. So you can expect, maybe the game could be going very equal, and then suddenly Shirov will blast open and just create a mess on the board. So that is what you have to look out for with Shirov and Iturrizaga playing. And we have Santosh Latasa here, I don't know if you remember, Docs, when we had him, when we saw him, actually, he was about 25-50. When we saw him in the year 2016, he played all the tournaments that we played, and he was having tough battles with Anurag and all that, and we were analyzing his games, after coming back to the room, which were played, if you remember our routine. And I remember Sham Sundar and Anurag saying that this guy is going to be 2650, 2700 very soon.
Very soon.
So he has this very Python kind of strategy. He's like, he's going to give you a slow death, but he's going to kill you kind of thing. So Hemi Latasa is going to be a very, very strong player for the Spanish team. And I think if I have to mark somebody as the dark horses, I'm going to say the Spanish team is one who can finish top 2. I would say probably top 2 as well. I wouldn't be surprised. And with the style they have, you can maybe even finish. They can even finish, 15th, 20th. But yeah, for me, the dark horses are going to be this Spanish team. Yeah, exactly, Akshaj. Latasa just played Vichy in the Lyon Masters, recently concluded. I think debut first day or a couple of days back. So I think one thing that we haven't seen, right? I was a little surprised to not see the Chinese team, and I was wondering why.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure as to why China is not fielding a team, because the Chinese team would have been somewhere in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
considering they had Ding Liren, Bu Jiangji, Wang Hao, very strong players. But okay, so this is the top 5 we've spoken about. I think we need to move to 2 important teams that have to be covered. I think Ukraine would be another super interesting team.
Okay.
I think let's go to Netherlands first, because I think people would definitely want to know about Anish Giri.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is a very talented team. Anish Giri and Erwin Lamy are the only established senior players. Jordan Van Forest, Bok Benjamin, and Max are all youngsters, extremely young players who've just broken into 2600.
Yeah, but I think Bok Benjamin is not as young as the others, right?
Exactly. No, so obviously Bok Benjamin probably should be about 25, 26. Jordan Van Forest should be 24, 23. And Max should be about 19 or 20. But what I'm trying to say is they don't have the experience like the other teams we've just spoken about. They all have broken into the 2600 club probably in the last couple of years, last 3 years maybe.
That's right. But amongst all of them, right? I'll just tell you who I really like the most. And Anish is Anish. We're not going to get him over here. I really like Benjamin Bok. Okay, I really like him. His style of play is very solid and very positional. He's more like the Karpov, Rubinstein players. And I've seen him play. I've followed a lot of his games. He can grind, and win games. So yeah, I think I like him a lot.
So that is going to be fun, because Jordan Van Forest and Anish Giri, although people make fun of Anish Giri's draws, I think he is someone who gets very interesting and complicated positions. So Jordan Van Forest and Anish Giri are right up there. By the way, Anshika has given us an update that China isn't playing. And then Ishan says China not participating, probably because of the COVID situation or because of the political tensions that we have.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it's a major blow for the Olympiad, but it is what it is. We can't complain. We have a strong enough field already. So yeah, I think moving further, we'll actually go to India B.
Yeah, that was what I was waiting for. Let's go to the second Indian team.
Okay, so it's India 2, the second Indian team.
India 2.
It's a little embarrassing.
We'll first begin with it is Captain IB Ramesh, very, very important. And then we go forward.
So when we talk about this India 2, I think teams would die to have a second team, a first team as strong as our second team,
Yeah.
So I think apart from Adiban, the other 4 are all making their Olympiad senior debuts with this Olympiad.
On the board Olympiads, yeah.
Yeah, over the board Olympiad, obviously. Adiban is going to be like, probably at his age, you wouldn't expect him to be the super senior player in the team. There's nobody else even close to his age. And this team is phenomenal, I think when we talk about this team, we have Nihal Sarin, Gukesh. Gukesh is, by the way, was pushing towards 2700. I think he ends at 2694 or something like that in the upcoming list. So, he probably is the highest rated player in our team here. We have Nihal Sarin, who's extremely, we all know how he is. The pandemic showed us how he plays chess. Brilliant. And Prague, Ronak Sadhwani, all these guys are going to be, but as much as I think they're going to provide entertaining chess, I just hope that experience will not be lacking. And probably that is where RB Ramesh plays a very, very important role. A very senior coach. He has been the Indian coach for I don't know how many Olympiads, So that is where I think they have matched the coach with the team perfectly. And Srinath, probably not as much experience in the offline Olympiads, goes into a team which already has a lot of experience. And RB Ramesh comes to this team, which makes perfect sense because he knows all the players here. And I think he's going to provide very valuable input in terms of experience, because the Olympiad is a tournament where it's not just about your game. The game probably may be going towards a draw, and you suddenly have to try and swindle your opponent or try and get a win out of it because a blunder happened on another board. So it does get very interesting in that sense. So yeah, I think this team is something that's going to be extremely fun to watch. If you want to watch entertaining chess, you just put this team. You're not going to get one boring draw, because even the senior most player Adiban, the beast, is not going to give anybody an easy draw. I would be surprised if I ever saw 3 agreed draws out of 4 in the Olympiad. You do see that a lot. 3 agreed draws, and then both the teams say that, okay, let's fight it out on this one board. But with this team, that's certainly not happening.
Yeah, and I think this team is a team to watch out for. As we mentioned about Spain, I think this is another such team. You just said about Spain, or
for me, Spain were the dark horses. Are you saying this Indian team is the dark horse for you?
Yeah, because you never know what can happen with this team. They could be right at the top, or things could go bad. But they're capable of doing of getting the gold, actually, if I have to put it out that way, as a team.
Yeah. True. But the only point where maybe experience could lack, right, is when you're playing a very top team. Like, for example, you're playing USA, you're not having any easy board. Or for that matter, you're playing anyone in the top 15 teams, you're not going to have any board where you can say that's a sure shot result,
Yeah.
And sometimes what could happen is youngsters, young blood, they all go for the win when it's not necessary. So you by mistake drop a point here, there, it adds pressure on the other teammate, and
that's
things could go haywire.
Right? Experience, definitely.
Exactly. But let's hope that
you never know, right? Because if you consider the Olympiad, I think Batumi, we got the bronze, right?
Yeah.
And we had one of the youngest teams ever at that point of time. Now this team beats that team, of course, but we had a team, and in that Olympiad, Setu Raman had never played a 2700 ever in his life, and he just goes and plays the Olympiad and they get a bronze. So you understand?
I think. If I'm not wrong, I think Lalit was also in the team.
Yes, exactly. And they were not as young as this team, but things change, right? So.
And I think we didn't have Vishy in that team as well. We didn't have Vishy.
Yeah, Ramesh was the captain there, the coach captain.
Yes, so there was this thing that maybe we were not feeling the strongest team, but the Olympiad this is what it gives great opportunities,
exactly.
So this team certainly has the mantle to beat any team in the world, and it's going to be super interesting. So that's what Indian fans are excited about. This is the team to watch out for the Indians. Team A or the first team, you expect a lot. This team, you expect a lot in terms of the amount of talent. This has to be the most talented team in the entire Olympiad.
Yeah, considering the age. Talent. Definitely. And age. We consider talent with age, because once you're already experienced, we don't really put talent in there, right? Talent is when you're upcoming. Usually, that's the way you put it out.
Because we probably are looking at 2700 players here in the future.
Yeah. That's there.
I think Adiban has touched 2700, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, he has. I think he touched about 2703. I remember checking earlier. He just touched and then he dropped after that.
and the other 4 are all
Very
2700
soon,
futures.
just going to get there. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Anshika
guys,
says we won the bronze in 2014. Yeah, it was Batumi Olympiad
ah,
2014, if I'm not wrong.
2014, right?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, guys, uh, if you guys have not liked the stream as yet, please hit the like button. It actually helps us reach more and more people. So please like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you have not as yet. And by the
So
way,
Ishan
2014
asks,
was not
yeah,
Batumi, Baba. 2014 was not Batumi. I remember 2014, Batumi was a couple of Olympiads before this. That was in Norway, I think, where we won.
was it the Norway Olympiad?
Yeah, Tromso, I think. It was in Tromso.
Tromso, it could be Tromso.
Right.
Yeah, it could be Tromso. I could be
Tromso
wrong
is
as
in
well on
Norway,
this.
right?
Yeah, Tromso is
Okay.
Norway.
Then yeah.
Yeah, I think 2014 was Tromso. Yes. I just double checked. Batumi is 2018. I think. Yeah. So India finished bronze. Yes, and yes. Talking about that Olympiad, there was a surprise in Hungary. I mean, Hungary finished second in that, and that was the rise of Richard Rappo and all these players. So it is something that we can watch out for. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we go on to the third team? I mean,
Wait,
all the
before
three
this,
teams.
I think Ishan asked a very valid question in the chat. He says, don't you think Arjun should have been in the second team? Now, I don't know on what basis you're saying this, probably because of Gukesh being slightly higher rated than him. But Arjun, technically, when the teams were made, Arjun was higher than Gukesh. And even if he wasn't higher, I think they wanted to keep that dynamic. Gukesh is considered a
No,
very solid player.
everything was on ratings. It was on a
Ratings.
3 months average. Like there was no choosing.
Okay.
3 months average, whatever it was, you fit in that team. That's all.
Perfect. So I think as per the rules, it just makes.
So we
and I
have no
think,
say. Nobody has any say. The teams are as they are.
But I still like the composition how it is. It just
Yeah.
fell in place, maybe numerically perfectly suits the Indian team. So Armenia, we don't have to click on Armenia. It's very sad to see Aronian not play for Armenia.
By the way, I was also wanting to mention, if you see, we have all the 3 Indian teams
in the
the
top
top
20.
17. Yeah, in the top 17 of
Yeah.
the event, which shows how strong all the 3 teams are. I think we should definitely check out the third team first because it's newly added.
Yep.
We'll actually check the third team first before we go further. Yeah. So you can begin.
So this team is again, I think we have I think two debuts in the Olympiad. I think Abhijit Gupta, Sethuraman, and Ganguly have represented India earlier.
Definitely.
And I think
Karthikeyan has also represented, right?
I don't think Karthikeyan. I'm not sure whether he has been. Probably he was in the last Olympiad as the 5th player. Correct?
I think he has already played in one of the Olympiads. Well, in the chat they will have a better idea. They'll get back to us by googling and getting back to us.
But I'm sure Abhimanyu. I think Karthikeyan has played as the 5th player. Abhimanyu is definitely making his debut. This team would consider themselves lucky to be in the draw because we fielded a third team, but there's no luck involved here. They all probably deserve to anyway have been there. So it's always better to have a problem of plenty, which India does have. This team is a perfect blend of experience and youth.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
have Suryasekhar Ganguly.
Very experienced, very.
Yeah, and we have Karthikeyan Murli, who just tied the knot recently. So let's hope that Lady Luck showers over him. SP Sethuraman, very strong player. To be honest, I was a little upset that he wouldn't be in the Olympiad teams because I don't know. Whichever Olympiads I've seen, I've always seen him there, and I always feel like he's the perfect team man. If he needs to draw a game, he's happily going to go do that. If he needs to push, he's going to happily go and push as well. We have Abhijit Gupta, a former Commonwealth champion.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. So recently, I just was watching the Wimbledon. Since the way you said multiple times, I just was watching the Wimbledon, and they were calling a one-time champion, the two-time champion, to felicitate them. So what happened is John McEnroe said he introduced Nadal as a two-time Wimbledon champion, and he felt a little embarrassed. So he said Nadal, a two-time Wimbledon champion, and 20 other majors. Just added it right towards the end, because it's just a guy who wins 22 slams. You can't just say two. So that's why when we say former, let's say multiple Commonwealth champion, and Abhimanyu Puranik, extremely strong, probably a future 2700 player as well. Yeah. So this is I think this is very, very very, very strong team. I see a lot of solidity in this team, and not to forget, when we're talking about the Olympiad and we have 3 teams, maybe potentially 4, we can think of one team helping the other team, by pulling someone down. That element definitely comes into it.
That helps. I mean, all the 3 teams are playing as one team, okay? And other nations have just one team. Like, they can't help each other to pull each other down. For us, we have 3 teams. If you're not pulling them in every round, you can imagine 3 teams will be pulled down. Just think about it. And when they play each other, well, they fight. But all the other rounds, they are playing as one team.
And I can say that it makes your life easier, because like sometimes a majority of the, like, let's say the FIDE rating tournaments I have won, my sister has definitely managed to pull down a couple of the top guys who are my competitors, by half a point, or maybe draw with them in a very crucial round, which gives me the lead.
Yeah.
So that is something that always will be there. So we're not just talking about one team, we're talking about the second and third team. Even if not playing for the medal, if they don't have a medal chance, they probably could be playing India's top rival in the last round. And if they can manage to nick off match points there, boom, just like that, they've helped us and they deserve a medal as well,
Playing 3 teams in the open section, I honestly feel that we are getting one medal for sure. I don't know about more, but one for sure, considering we have 3 teams. It's going to happen this time. And with all the effort actually that is going on right now, I think ASF is putting a lot of effort, and then actually there'll be lots of audience school students coming. Along with that, I think chess is going to become a lot more popular now. And then if we consider chess in another 10 years, India is going to be much, much stronger. More players in India, which makes India much more stronger. And then I think all our teams will always be 2700 plus in the future.
Let's hope that we can have multiple teams in future. That would mean that we are hosting the Olympiad in future as well. Yeah. So I think we've spoken enough about the men's teams. I guess.
Yeah. No, actually, we will just talk about the open section team today. And tomorrow or the next stream, we will talk about the women's section. We'll keep a whole section for women.
Perfect. Yep. Okay. That sounds perfect.
Any other teams you want to just discuss about? You've spoken about India and India's chances, which are
I just would like to see the Romanian team, because I don't think Richard Rapo can make the Romanian team for the Olympiad.
Not playing,
I just
but
want to check that.
We have my favorite streamer, Mirchika, who is playing over here. See? He's the third player in the team. By the way, I actually forgot to... guys, we have got a lot of Olympiad players on our channel. Just you can go and check out the streams, and they're very important and very nicely analyzed games. So do go and check them out. With Setu Raman, we had a stream, and he did mention that he would like to be there if a third team is coming in. And there is a third team. So yeah, his game was really good. If you are interested to improve your chess, do go and check it out. And Nishika also showed us a very nice game. So you should definitely go and check out. We have a separate playlist where live with Olympiad players. Do go and check it out. Yeah. Perfect. And would you want to tell more about the players?
To be honest, I think this is a very experienced team. I don't really know the fifth player here, but I do know I do know the first 3 players definitely. I think when we talk.
He's very experienced. How many Olympiads did he tell me he played? He told me he played 8 or 12. Like, this is his 8th or 12th. I'm just confused with the number. But he
Okay.
started playing from a very young age. I think when he was 20, he won the national championship. And since then, he's playing for the past 20 years, more than 20 years, he's playing for the country. So, yeah.
So
So he's very
Deep Bogdan
experienced.
is like a
Yeah.
permanent. He has always been flying the Romanian flag high. Then we have Lupulescu, who's always been part.
But
As far as I
I
remember,
think
I've always seen him.
the Daniel has actually reduced a bit, right? He was 2700 plus.
Yeah, I think yeah, probably 2700 plus, but he's in and around this rating range of probably 2680 to 2720 for a very, very long time. So okay, I'm not really I've not really heard about the fourth and fifth player much. But yeah, I think that the Romanian chances for a medal is pretty slim, to put it, very bluntly.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, I think
I really think this IM over here must be having norms, or maybe just a norm is left,
yeah.
just considering it's 2500 already. Must be very close to the
Mhm.
GM title. Or maybe it's not approved as yet. We don't have an idea. We'll probably
Okay.
get to know very
So
soon.
we can just push to the England team. The England team who are the
Definitely.
10 seeds. Uh,
Michael Adams.
the Michael Adams, a seasoned campaigner, 2696. He's been 2700 all his life. Luke McShane, very strong. David Hovell, you guys must have seen him all through the Magnus Carlsen tour on Chess 24. And then we have Gavin Jones. So this is a pretty, like, let's say, established lineup, very solid. Do I see them creating a lot of upsets? Probably not. Okay. I think they will easily draw teams, and winning against some of the stronger teams, I don't really see that happening. There's no real X factor, so to say, the guy who's going to crazily play for a win. Harya Ravi, I think, recently became a grandmaster. He's a youngster. If I'm not wrong, he
Yeah.
was an international master a couple of months ago, or
And
maybe a year ago.
he will have an Indian background considering his name.
Yep. So the England team is not that strong. The Uzbekistan team,
I
who
think
are 14.
we cannot say it's not that strong. They're the 10 seeds. Let's just say they
I
don't
mean,
let's just say the X factor may be missing.
yeah, maybe the X factor is missing. One more very interesting team would be the Uzbek team. And I think it's after a very long time, if I'm not wrong, that Rustam Kazimzanov is not playing. Otherwise, Rustam has been the unofficial FIDE world champion, has always playing for the Uzbek team. But they have a very young contingent here. Nodirbek Abdul Satarov, extremely strong blitz player. We have Sindarov. These guys are going
We
to.
have two another backs in the team, first and second.
Yeah, and so I think these are extremely, extremely strong. The top four are extremely strong players. Probably the top three are definitely future 2700s. So it's a team to watch out for. Like how we have our India B team with all youngsters. The Uzbek team is not far away from us. Probably rating wise, they don't match us at the moment, but talent wise, they definitely are. In the same basket as the Indian players. So yeah, pretty interesting.
In team events like this, right? It's not always about the ratings on paper, right? Just like the Tromso Olympiad, you never know who can just come in.
True.
So anybody could come in because it's a team event, and as you've mentioned earlier, any team requires 2.5, and if they can get the 2.5, that's all they require in every single round.
Yeah. Very true. I think I just was looking at the German team as well. The Germany team doesn't have Naidish. So I think Naidish is playing for the Azerbaijan team, but probably was just unavailable.
Well, my one more favorite, Gustafsson, is the captain of the Germany team, but he's not playing.
So Ishant, is David Hovell playing? Yeah, David Hovell is playing for the England team. He's also been actively commentating and all that.
Right. So yeah, we've discussed, I think, most of the teams, and India's chances, I think, are huge. At least one medal is what we and I think
I
everybody,
think,
at least one medal is what we're expecting.
and 2 medals would be over the moon. I think 2 medals, if India can get 2 medals, be it silver, bronze, bronze, or gold, silver, I think it would be just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So I think when we talk about this particular section, I wouldn't say that you can count India out. You know, we have but 1 medal is kind of the least we are expecting here.
Yeah.
We are expecting a medal.
I actually want to just go through the whole list because, this Olympiad is the biggest Olympiad ever in the history. And we have lots of new teams coming up. So there are lots of teams, as you see, that are unrated. So, I mean,
Okay.
it's just beautiful to see lots of teams who probably are playing the Olympiad for the first time ever. If you see a lot of teams, I'm sure they're coming for the first time because 189 teams is basically a world record in the open section.
Yeah.
Plus, we have the women's section again. And just a question: do you know for the first Olympiad, the first official Olympiad, how many teams do you think participated? If you just have to guess, how many teams participated in the first ever Olympiad?
25?
You're
But
close.
probably. Okay.
No, there were just 16 teams for the first ever Olympiad. So you can actually see how much chess has grown as a sport. 16 teams. And I think it was 70 or players, but that was 19, 24, 70 players and became 90 players. Yeah, there were less than 100 players. And now we have thousands of them. I think
Okay.
if you consider less than 100 players, and now we have more than 100 teams, it's grown a lot.
Ankur is saying, please see the Poland team as well. I think we missed that. The Poland team is definitely fun with Duda. I think Duda is going to be leading the Poland contingent. We have Duda. We have Wojciech. I don't know if I got that pronunciation correct, but yeah. And we have. So the Poland team is more about they're going top heavy. They probably would. Purun is a good player, and Bartel is very experienced, but I don't see them getting a medal. I'll just put it that bluntly. They probably can get it. I mean, they have a very strong top two, but I think I would give the Indian teams, probably even the India 2, a better chance than the Polish team. And I would love to see the Indian team get a medal more than the Polish team as well. So, yeah, the Poland team is strong though. It is strong, but probably I at least according to me, not strong enough for a medal.
Okay, so they were asking if Pakistan is playing. I don't know if we can really
check. Pakistan is playing. Pakistan is playing, and I think I checked it. The Pakistan team, probably for the first time in a long time, that we do not have their only international master, Lodi Mahmood, playing. So Mahmood Lodi has been a player. I think you can check their average rating should be somewhere around 2100. Yeah, 107.
Yeah, I'm
107.
There, but
107.
All right, but they're improving,
so I think
right? I mean, see, the point is a lot of you guys will be saying that the teams are weak. You don't really consider it that way because once upon a time, India was also this way. Now we have become a very big country in chess.
Powerhouse.
But, exactly. But now we are a powerhouse. So. Yeah, you always got to start small.
No, I think one thing that everyone must realize is that some of the countries could be way stronger than what their rating suggests just because they don't play enough FIDE rating events.
That's true.
Like for example, a country like Madagascar may not have a very strong team because they don't have the players playing enough tournaments abroad.
Yeah.
Or like, let's say if you just pick a random team, like an African country, they don't have enough tournaments. If they have enough tournaments, maybe each of the players could be 100 points above their actually yellow, strength-wise. So we're not saying that they're strong enough to get medals, probably not, but it's just going to be real fun to see them, just participate and be a part of this
I mean, anybody
celebration.
would love to be part of it. It's not always about the medal, right? It's also about, as
Yeah.
a team, are they doing better than their previous performance? That's all that's required. As long as they're doing better, that's all they want. And I think it
True.
also encourages more and more teams to participate. More teams participate, more the sport also grows.
I think you need to understand that the Olympiad, if I'm not wrong, also have you know sections. It's not just the
Yeah,
gold, bronze,
I was
silver.
not aware of it till you told me about it. You can just tell the chat. Are you sure about it though? But you can just put out whatever you've
Yeah.
heard
So
about.
I'm not sure if they get a physical medal, but there are rating categories here. They kind of divide the sections, and it does matter for the lower teams as well. To try and top in
Their
their category. When
division
I say their
in their
category,
category.
it's in their division. It's not going to be an official gold, silver, or bronze, but it's like they do have rankings there as well. So I've seen it in one of the Olympiads. So I'm not sure if it was just that particular Olympiad, but yeah, we have to just put it out, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I actually appreciate each and every team that's playing here. I mean, if I got the chance, I would have gone and played, but we cannot. Living in India, playing for India, it's not possible with our ratings. But yeah, so I think that's enough for today. We've discussed a lot about the open section teams. In the next stream, we will discuss about the women's section. We'll give a separate stream for that, because I think at least the open section, a lot of players are known to the audience, but women's section players are not known much. So you guys will get to know about them in our next streams.
Okay,
Hi,
perfect.
Prince is late. Guys, before we leave, I if you guys have not liked the video, please hit the like button, because it helps us reach more and more people if you want to support us. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new here, because we are on our journey to reach 1000 subscribers. We are very close. We were 960 before the stream. We got 3 more, so thank you so much. So we are about 37 subscribers away. So maybe our guest today can maybe ask you guys again to subscribe, and maybe then
Okay, yeah.
who have not may do it.
So please, everyone who have not subscribed, please do, and do like the stream. If you can get it to 25 likes, that would be great. And keep joining us, and you'll get all the Olympiad updates and probably some pre-match analysis and predictions and stuff like that. So please
Yes.
do
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry,
keep
I just
yourself
remembered
involved.
something. I just
Yeah.
remembered something. So yes, please do subscribe as Niraj mentioned. Also, guys, if you guys are interested to come to the Olympiad, the tickets are out. You can purchase the tickets right away. Please check out the AICF Twitter channel, Instagram, everywhere it is being shared. I'm also going to share it today or tomorrow. I'm going to share the link. And there is a sale right now because I've just started selling it. So please do purchase the tickets now if you're interested to visit the Olympiad and actually, check out the hall, check out the environment, and maybe meet all these world-class players. You wouldn't really get a chance again in your life. Trust me, because Neeraj and I, we both know we have not met players like this. We may have met a couple of them when they came to India to play in Parsanat when we played in Delhi, but we again played Delhi just twice or thrice in our life. So, yeah, you won't get a chance. If you can make it there, please do make it there, and yeah, just have this experience, which is a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah. Not everyone gets it, and you're lucky to have it. So even if you think that I may have to travel a little bit, I think I can guarantee you that it's worth it.
Definitely. And yeah, so I think we will be ending the stream here. And thank you so much for joining and putting your thoughts in the chat. We hopefully can see you in the next stream too, when we're discussing more about the teams.
Yep.
And yeah, we shall see you in the next stream. So bye bye for now. Good
Bye-bye,
night.
everyone. Yep.